There we go. You're cooking.
All right. So kicking it off here, I'm Carlo Ferrara with Street Smart Insurance, and I have, go ahead, Jake.
Jake Farrar from Street Smart, Carlo's older brother. We have James from Sam's Landscaping here with us. Tell us about yourself a little bit, James.
Hi, I'm Jim Santiago. I'm the owner, founder of Sam's Landscaping, based in Union County. We operate in Union County, some Middlesex County, Warren County. So we move out.
Okay, so
Go ahead. Sorry.
you serve in most of New Jersey, then, what it sounds like.
Yeah. So there's two different departments. There's the lawn maintenance department and root density, and the business model just wouldn't work if we traveled 45 minutes to cut one lawn. So that side of the business stays very localized. And when we travel for projects, when we do pavers and patios and major property renovations, we can travel a little further out. So that's where I say we go to Warren County and Middlesex County.
Okay. And Jim, here, what makes your product or service stand out from others in the area?
Well, what we do and what I make sure I do is we answer every inquiry. And we get so many, I've called 7 other landscapers and nobody's called me back is a common industry problem. And then we've solved that. We answer everybody. We answer every call, every text, every email, every time. That's what I say about that. And that's what stands out. And another thing we do is very reliable and dependable. We get so many calls, my landscaper stopped showing up. They don't call me back. So we solve that problem. We show up. The only thing that really stops us from showing up when we say we're going to be there is if the weather changes. And that is really, and I do. That's really what sets us apart. And our Google reviews show that we're really dependable. And we show up. And another thing that we do, and I know this in the home improvement or home renovation field altogether, there's another common problem of people. They don't follow consistency with start to finishing the project. And that's another spot. The only reason we don't come back the very next day is if there's a weather issue that we can't control. So what we don't do is rip somebody's property apart and then disappear. And nobody has ever called us. And I make it a point that they never have to call us to say, hey, when are you coming back? And that is one thing that really sets us apart is we stay right on the project from start to finish. And we don't have and I'm talking about property renovation projects now. Grass cutting really wouldn't fall into this, but that's another area where we're extremely dependable. But we don't rip, say we're doing paver patios. We don't go and rip 5 properties apart. And now 4 of them are sitting because we're working on one. And then, and so what we do is we start to finish on a single one. And then we go to the next one. And then we go to the next one. And we stay on each project until we're done, no matter how big or how small it is. Whether it's done in a day, whether it's done in a week or 2 weeks, we're there every day finishing it. So that is one thing that really sets us apart. And just by solving those little problems gives us, like I like to say, the side effect of being like that is customer satisfaction. It really just that takes customer satisfaction takes care of itself when I make sure I prioritize our workflow in that way.
You know what's funny, Jim? You've actually answered 2 of the other questions we had here. Jump right to that. That's cool. But do you find yourself having repeat customers or repeat customers that come back from the other inquiries about your other services that you offer?
Oh yeah. So it's not I guess it's the loyalty is a 2-way street. But yes, we do. And the word of mouth is, and I'm not saying this because I own the company and I like not to toot my own horn. We do a good job. We do. And then and so we get that word of mouth and that loyalty. And another like philosophy or principle that I use is like there's so much like gold in our reputation with the way we treat people after they've paid the bill in full. And that I am almost making a point we are responsive, but to immediately respond if someone says, hey, I have a question about this, you know, and I see that a lot too. Oh, they paid, I don't have any more interest in them. And taking that other little step, it really, it helps. And we do, of course we get word of mouth. And there's a trustworthiness that because, you know, there's relative A that lives in, say, Clark, New Jersey, talks to relative B in Cranford. Sam's call Jim at Sam's Landscaping. They can help you. And they did, and it just, yeah. So we get a lot of word of mouth advertising and referrals. We get a lot of referrals. It's just from, you know, from that responsiveness and that credibility and treating people the way I'd want to be treated if I hired somebody.
Sure.
Exactly.
And with that, go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
One question here. Weird one. What's the most unexpected or funniest thing that's ever happened in your business?
The most unexpected. So we have sometimes. The first thing that comes to mind is usually the best answer I go with.
Yeah.
We like one time we were doing a job and I took for granted that a typical concrete slab is 4 inches thick. I said, okay. And I priced the job on that. And it turned out to be like 18 inches thick with rebar in it, which is like a metal mesh running through it. And so we took it apart. We didn't upcharge the customer on it, but that was really unexpected that happened. That surprised us.
Yeah.
You know, some of the funniest things, and I like this with some of the guys, they the culture in the job. We find when the deer go into ruts, we find antlers a lot. They like to decorate the trucks with them. So that's whatever. That's fun. They're sort of taking pride in the equipment in a sort of a way. So
Sure.
yeah. So that's what they like to do. I always get a little smile when I come back and see the truck with an antler propped on it. So
Pretty cool, man.
So, I mean, being that we've been in business for a number of years and you've been doing this a long time yourself, Sam, or Jim, going to Sam here. What's one thing being a business owner taught? What have you learned? I'm sure you learned a lot of things, but what are some highlightable, philosophical, understandings that you've come to learn throughout your journey here as a business owner?
some things that I've learned is one thing I had to learn as I grew in personal development is that I can't complete everything in one day. There's always things that are going to be undone. And the good news is that, it's just I to only do so much. That's one thing I've learned. And the other thing is like that system and process for being responsive and accountable. And the number one thing is like, what would I want to be, how would I want, if I hired a company to do a landscaping or renovation job on my property, how would I want them to respond, react to the way they did the project? And that's, that's what we take on, but that's like the way I learned, but how to have that system, because it can get overwhelming. It really can. Our phones go crazy. And I say that in a good way. There's a, we have a good, reputation in the community. So that's one thing I've learned, to pace myself and know that like, I can't conquer the world in a day. And an elephant gets eaten one bite at a time.
Facts. Very true. Some people do too much at once and do a bad job. So it's good to just
kind of like
each day.
It's what you said, Jim, is like you got a guy, we see this all the time. Contractors start like 5 jobs and they can only work one, and then problems happen. They can't work the other one. So yeah. It's problem, man.
We're and I know, and this is where that happens. And I had the business idea going around where I almost wish there was a way for home improvement contractors where there was sort of a credit process, because I know this happens a lot too with and this is where the industry isn't created equal, and a lot of people don't understand this. And this isn't to put anybody down that's trying or starting, but you get somebody that doesn't have insurance.
Yeah.
They have a beat up, they don't know how to manage money, and they don't know how to do that part. So they're actually taking a deposit from customer A to finish the job that they're trying to finish before. And that money is going like that, and they need to do that, and it turns into a mess. And what I almost wish, maybe I will one day, or maybe somebody's going to steal my idea after this, I don't know. But there was a way where people could have like a credit worthiness of a general score of financial health of a business, to where like people need to, like, I see it a lot, and it happens to people a lot when they don't show up, when they take their deposit to finish another job because they don't have the capital and they mismanage the money, or their personal habits are expensive. I mean, there's people, you know, with the gambling and addictions and other things that go on, and the irresponsibility. I don't know, but
sounds like our government. Well,
and Jim, you also have another business too. Well, you want to shout out your other business here while we have you?
I will. That's in the real estate investments. Is basically the short of it is house flipping. So we solve people's problems in the form of real estate. What we don't do is try to steal people's houses away from them and convince them that their house is worth pennies when it's not. What we do is evaluate a property, and it's similar to like trading in a car. When someone wants the convenience of that, you don't want to deal with open houses, and you don't want to deal with having an inspector come through for 8 hours and give you back 15-page report of things they want fixed. You don't want to empty the contents of the house, and you want some of these other amenities, so to speak, that you wouldn't get with a traditional on the market real estate sale. We offer. That's essentially, it's a service that we offer, and it's just a very convenient, based on the seller's timeline. So if they want it sell in 1 month, we can do that. If they want to sell in 2-3 months, we can do that. So that's how I remember it. We're solving problems in the form of real estate, or just giving sometimes people's house. You know, they're not behind on maintenance, and they're not a stressed out homeowner, and they just want an easy transaction. So we help with that too. But yeah, so basically the we pay cash for houses sort of thing is the other Candor Homes thing that we do.
That's cool.
Okay.
Well, Jim, wrapping up here, got 2 more questions.
Sure.
And besides your business, what are the local small business around you do you absolutely love, and why?
Well, yeah, the first thing that comes to mind when you say that is restaurants, because I'm a foodie. I am. I like to eat. I love, like, Plum Tomato is one place here in Rahway. They're a solid pizzeria restaurant.
Okay.
I like the Firehouse. It's a restaurant. So you know, those are really local to me too, but those are 2 of my go-tos. They really stand out. And I like another thing I like. There's 2. You know, I have local vendors too that we use for landscaping that I really like. We get some quality from LP Satil, and that place only supplies landscape. They're not open to the public, but you know, then there's a yard where we get our mulch and all that. So we do. I like those. I have good relationships with those vendors. But as far as on a personal level, I like those 2 restaurants they're my go-to.
The Plum Tomato and the Firehouse.
Yeah, both in Rahway.
We will
reach out to them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
No, we have to reach out to them. We'll check them out. Check the food.
Yeah, they're good.
You know, it's all about small business, right? Like, you know, you're a small business, we're a small business, we're all trying to do the same thing. So we'll plug them too, get their name out there. So Jim, just to wrap up here, last question: how can clients reach out to you?
So we're at samslandscaping.com. There's a contact form there, and our phone number. I mean, I could say our phone number. A lot of people won't remember. It's 908-441-7302. You can call or text that number, and our secretary will process the call, and we'll answer you in the prompt, normal way that we handle it. But samslandscaping.com is the easiest way. You can find all the information there. You find some photos, and yeah. And you did pretty good. And Jake, you did it once. You called me Sam, and Samantha's my wife. That's where we get the name. But that's another funny thing. People go, "Hey Sam, how you doing? How you doing?" When I go on appointments, and I say, "No, my name's actually Jim." Samantha, and they go, "Oh, okay, Sam, thanks." And they literally, so we only did it once. So, but, you know, that wasn't bad. But so I've surrendered to that too. So
Yeah,
my name is Jim,
You want,
but
I
you
get
want to talk
calls
about surrender?
all the time, so I just go with Carlos. People call me. I'm cool with it, man. But
Yeah.
it sounds like Sam is the real boss, if I'm not mistaken.
right. Exactly.
You want to talk about surrender, Jim?
Yeah.
My name, Jake, and insurance says it all. So
Oh, yeah.
Jake
Yeah.
from State Farm all the time. So I surrender. I give up. But Jim, this is awesome. You're our first guy that we're doing this with, and we're happy you're the first one. And where can people reach you, Jim?
Oh, it's samslandscaping.com.
Oh, Sam's, I'm sorry. Yeah, samslandscaping.com. Okay, good. Jim, we'll post this. We'll tag it. It's been a pleasure. It's actually really nice just to meet you and talk to you.
You too. You too. You too. It's a pleasure doing business with you guys too. I absolutely appreciate the relationship we have.
Is there anything else we can do, Jim? You let us know.
Absolutely.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
Yeah,
You
enjoy,
too.
Jim.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.